Is I, the Dark Mercenary, back again with another episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood. After doing our little mercenary mission in the first episode, we now return back to our old pack and their old home. Of course, having abandoned them and our daughter, we shall see what becomes of us. I imagine it will be some form of a hairy reunion. Let us begin.
We're too late. Engine is already here.
What do we do?
Stop the truck.
What's even down there? My home. Dusk, stay out of this. Wait! Call!
Burn it all down. Oh, jeez.
Rodko, they've cleared our northern line. They have an exo.
We'll take care of the wounded later. We have to stop them.
Let's go! Move! Over there!
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're pretty exposed.
Rodko.
You'll regret that. Clever boy. Ultra, fall back!
Fucking Silver.
Tell me, where's Adana?
Don't worry, Cahal. Your daughter didn't fight this battle.
How are your wounds?
Riddled with silver. They'll take days to heal. But things would have been far worse if you hadn't stepped in.
I just did what I had to do. Nothing more.
I honestly never thought I'd see your face again. Why'd you come back, Cahal?
I was worried about Adana. When I heard the cairn was being targeted, I had to come back for her. You know I couldn't stay. Not after what I did to Rafik.
I told you that your rightful place was at my side. And what you had done could be forgiven. No. You chose to abandon us. Me, the cairn, your daughter.
Where is she, Rodko?
With Ava. Working undercover at the biggest entrance site in the Pacific Northwest. Best option available to us after the failure of our last mission.
Your last mission? What do you mean?
You remember the old abandoned mine not far from here? Endron bought it and turned it into a training center for their new recruits. I launched an attack to wipe them out, but Tank Girl stopped us. The woman you saw in the exo during the attack, she drove us back.
Tank Girl, you call her. I encountered her during my last mission. She was trying to buy silver bullets from an arms dealer. That's where I learned she was planning an attack on the cairn.
Major Grainer. That's the name her men give her. But to us, she's Tank Girl. And she leads Endron's troops with about as much grace. Their attack on the cairn was their first wave of revenge for our attack on the training center. We managed to repel them this time, but it's only a temporary victory. They might return at any moment. And Endron just keeps recruiting soldiers.
Then we've got to go back to the mine and destroy their training center. It's the only way to buy the cairn any sort of safety. No matter how brief.
Go back? No. Not until I'm well again. Then we can strike.
Tell me about Adana. How have you trained her?
Just as I promised you. I trained her to be a warrior. I taught her everything she needed to fight, to defend herself, so that we wouldn't see a repeat of what happened to Ludmilla.
Has she gone through her first change yet?
Not yet. And despite all my training, she never showed much inclination toward the wild side of things. She preferred to spend her time with Ava, studying humans, technology, and infiltration.
To walk in Ludmilla's footsteps.
That's right. And though it's not how I wanted to do things, it certainly paid off. She has proved to be an exceptional spy. Rest assured, though, Adana's just as much Garu as you or me. Her first change will come in time, no matter what path she chooses to take.
Tell me about Adana.
Just as I taught her.
You say that, but she's working undercover inside Endron's walls.
Adana decided that she could best aid our struggle through more covert means. It took me some time to come around, but she was right. She's a talented infiltrator, just like her mother. Rest assured, though, Adana's just as much...
Typical, of course, so that you can conveniently run into her at some point in time during this next mission or two.
Tell me about Ava. How's she doing?
When you went into exile, she succeeded you as my lieutenant. She was ready and willing, but it was hardly a smooth transition. I was forced to make some concessions.
I can imagine. There are a lot of humans in the cairn. A lot more than when I was here.
Ava's lamb to mankind.
I'd heard about her group of activists. They're actually getting a lot of attention at the moment. Not sure if that's the best thing for the pack.
That's what I thought too, at first.
What do you mean?
For the longest time, I never trusted humans. But then I saw how they fought. How they stood strong for what they believed in. I saw their potential. Even I had to admit that Ava was right. The humans have been stalwart allies in our fight for Gaia. And now you've seen firsthand what Endron is doing to us. Our ranks grow thinner every year. Ava's humans aren't afraid to put their lives on the line for the planet. What more could I ask for? Until I'm healed.
I'll take care of that goddamn training center myself. You know I can handle it on my own.
No. You're no longer a part of this pack. It's my responsibility.
And how long will it take for you to get better? Days? Weeks? If they return, the cairn will fall.
I'll think about it. Go pay your respects to your Fen and come back to me. Then we'll talk about the mine.
Of course.
My son. They killed my son.
He's lost a lot of blood. I don't know if he'll make it through the night. Has anyone told his wife yet?
She's gone. She bled out just before they shot him.
Hello there.
Might as well. You'd think they let you take the gun. But, you know, obviously we still have to be old school on some level.
This is only a few months old. Following in her mother's footsteps. Miller used to say the same thing.
Yeah, but you still, as much as you need people to gather information, you still need soldiers too. Kind of a symbiotic relationship.
Your mother would have been so proud. That was 2 years ago now.
Oh, what'd you expect, bud? Kids grow up and move on.
Hello, Call.
Old notes from Ava, before she created Lambda Mankind.
Huh.
My Irish brethren, but that was a lifetime ago.
How many did you lose?
Cahal, I'm glad you're back. And we lost a lot of good people today. We're lucky it wasn't worse.
Though with half our survivors wounded, another attack would be the end of us.
Say, maybe you should have trained them a little better too. It's a silly thought, I know, but
Hey, Cahal. It's good to see your face again.
The Cairn is in a bad way.
it's funny.
Dusk, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to keep clear.
You really thought I'd leave you behind like that? You should know me better than that by now. Besides, looks like you need all the help you can get. I really don't want to lose my front row tickets to the Cahal show.
Thanks, Dusk.
Okay, yeah, no. Thanks sounds real weird coming out of you. Put that shit away.
Well, if you really want to help.
I'll go look after the injured. I rang the Weatherstormers and asked them to lend us a hand, too. Don't worry about me. You just do what you gotta do.
Yeah, Cahal doesn't seem like the type, but oh well. Such is life, I suppose. Yeah. That shotgun's gonna do you loads of good up there.
Good to see you made it through okay.
Thanks in no small part to you. I'm glad you came back home.
Lambda Mankind really helped us out too. We're lucky to have them with us.
Lots of just random paperwork left around.
It's true. Rodko did change when he became pack leader. Donna was only a few days old when Ludmilla wrote this letter.
Such deep, deep drama.
Those bastards. Kitamona. How could they? Silver. That's what killed her. They had 3 snipers trained on her. She never had a chance.
Well, don't worry. We'll make sure they pay pretty hard in blood soon, I'm sure.
A spirit healer, a caretaker of children.
Endron doesn't show anyone mercy, and we won't either. Keep an eye out. We may have pushed them back, but who knows what they're capable of. Rodko's counting on us.
So given these vine barriers, they must have a shaman of some sort that's able to create these barriers.
Ceres? What? How? She was in the back, tending to the wounded.
It's all my fault. They had a sniper. I just couldn't take him out in time.
Apparently they had lots of snipers. Because that's what, 4? Assuming there was no doubling up.
Rodko must have written this when he lost his sister.
Pretty natural. Yeah. You seem to have grown these roots everywhere. What are you shining for?
It has been many a year since I last felt your presence, warrior of Gaia.
It's been nearly as long since anyone called me that.
Your cairn needs you, and the wild has need of your protection. The Eater of Souls is fighting with all his might to take control of it. And he is winning. The corruption takes many forms, but the effects are always the same. You must help us fight back.
Tarker's mill looks nothing like it did when I left. Yet you still protected the forest with everything you had. Your strength, your aura. What happened to them?
As Gaia weakens, so too do I. The Englings, the Jaglings, the Gafflings, they all suffer in kind. The Eater of Souls tries to corrupt them.
But they're minor spirits.
They are every bit as important as you or I. But in
I'm not highly familiar with the World of Darkness werewolf lore and such.
Powerless,
but has a very Fern Gully kind of feel.
We need your help. You must help me to combat the worm, to protect the wild.
I came back to find my daughter. Have you seen her?
Madonna, a dear friend, and always respectful of nature. You fear for her safety, then? She, too, is fighting for Gaia, in her own way. But do not worry. You both walk the same path. You will find each other in time. to fight your battles, you will need power. Power I can provide by helping you develop your warrior gifts.
Thank you, Ifen.
You may find lost spirits during your travels. Return them to me, and I will be able to strengthen your natural abilities. One last request before you depart. Many of your kin fell in combat. I would ask you to bury them. You will find their bodies both inside and around the cairn. Your penumbra vision will show you the way. Soothe their souls and send them to me.
That's gonna...
So that they may
Thought we were in a hurry, because that's gonna be a hell of a lot of digging.
Captured by the worm.
I will if I can. But my priority is Endron's training center.
Weaken the forces of the worm there, but never forget your brothers and sisters. Gaia needs you.
I hope Rodko's changed his mind.
Might as well.
They killed Leandra? But she was pregnant.
They knew it too. The fuckers laughed about it as they did.
What about Xander, her husband?
He saw it happen, and they shot him right after.
Good folks.
I went to see Fen. He's gotten so weak. Please, Rodko, let me help you. Let me deal with this training center.
Why is it that you care now, Cahal? We were so easy to ignore when we went right in front of you. What? You want to be part of the pack again?
I want to help the pack. I want to protect Adana.
But you don't intend to rejoin us.
I've already given in to rage and killed one of our kin, Rodko. I can't take the risk of doing it again.
You already know I disagree. Nonetheless, we are united by those we mourn. So I'll accept your help.
Naturally. Convenience.
Tell me about it.
Just as I promised, Hunter.
You say that, but
Donna took rest assured.
So what can you tell me about this so-called training?
Yeah, we don't need to go through that again.
Ava managed to get a hold of the mine blueprints to help us prepare for our previous attack. The site's weak point is its power supply. They apparently haven't had the time to give it a proper upgrade. The whole thing is powered by one big propane tank, just like it was when it was a mine.
I see. So if I blow up the tank, the whole mine will cave in, taking the training center with it. Then we'll need explosives. You'll be happy to know I didn't come back empty-handed.
I'm aware. I met your new friend Dusk, right? Gave me the explosives you two stole. We've still got a problem, though. You don't know the layout of the site, and I'm too injured to go with you. Huh. I don't like touching this stuff, but I suppose I'll use Ava's radio equipment to guide you. It should do the trick.
Perfect. So we'll stay in radio contact.
Take the explosives and go.
The most safest way ever.
Now, Dusk, my friend, I owe you. This letter must have been sent just before the attack on the cairn. Leandra, be at peace. I will protect the cairn. Go to Ethan.
Of course, Val. I'm glad I got to see you. One last time.
Interesting.
Iron Wind, your struggle is over. Ethan is waiting for you.
Cahal, keep fighting. Protect the cairn for me.
Just out of curiosity.
You deserve to rest at last, Magnus. Go to Ethan. He's waiting.
Ah, Cahal. It's good to see you, old friend. Take care of the cairn.
Yeah, the werewolf spirits are definitely not what I would have imagined them to be.
Ceres, Gaia thanks you for your sacrifice. Now go. Ethan is waiting for you.
Save the forest, Cahal. Drive out the worm.
Ah, there you are. No, it's not like most games.
The forest shrinks a little more each day.
Oh, it's a minor spirit. there's that wolf all the way up in that one spot. Well, is probably where the last major spirit is that I need to find. More stuff I missed earlier.
Thanks for all your help during the attack.
What happened to him?
Fucking tank girl happened. Burst to the head point blank.
I told him we were going fishing tomorrow.
Other up top entrance area where that other I saw that other wolf earlier. It was dead. Just gotta remember how to get back up there. That's where I'm supposed to go. With all these shotguns and rifles, jeez. I think you'd take one with you. Oh yeah, here we go, up here.
Kitamona, return to Ifen. The cairn is safe.
Thank you, Kahal. Take care of those who remain.
Thank you, Kahal, for returning your Garu kin to my side.
Might as well.
Their souls are now at peace. Now go, fight the worm and all who serve it. Why not? Add more rage.
Just check this quickly. I figured there had to be one here.
The worm's influence grows even stronger.
Alright. Side quest stuff out of the way. Let's get on with it.
They're currently recruiting at their training center.
Then, perhaps I need to enlist.
That would be a funny twist, actually.
You hear the internal motto around here?
The cost of the fine is always less than the cost of compliance.
Bingo. Won't see that one.
It's weird in the auras.
You see the kit they're supplying people with? Must be worth a fortune.
I mean, pump action. That shit.
So they're literally only like, they're literal feet away from each other. How have they not just sent more people in? Yeah, I know I'm searching for random crap, but still. Gotta be done.
You here to enlist?
Yeah. Hear you've been having some trouble lately.
You hear correctly. We were attacked a few days ago. We pushed them back, but let's just say we're a little understaffed right now.
What's in this training program of yours anyway?
That's classified. But those who survive their training become real killing machines. With real thick wallets, too. What do you say? You interested?
No. I'm here to blow up the fucking mine.
You trying to be funny, asshole? Or just hoping to get shot? If you're not here to enlist, you can get the fuck out. Doesn't look like we'd be losing out on much.
Easy now. Just trying to lighten the mood. Yes, of course I'm here to join up.
All right then. Go report to the instructor for testing. He's in the warehouse. Oh, and one last thing. Looking at you, it's pretty obvious you've done some time. Try not to mention that. The instructor hates ex-cons.
Nice stereotype.
This way. Control, I've got a candidate for you.
Hey, you look like an ex-con, so you must be. So every bald-headed white guy with tats has got to be ex-con.
Welcome. If you're looking to sign up, you have to talk to the instructor. Head over to that building in the courtyard.
If you're selected for our sniper training program, you'll be given one of these.
high-precision rifles with computer-assisted sights. The laser will lock to the target, and the rifle will adjust your aim automatically. All engine snipers are equipped with helmets that interface with this system. That means your rifle will see what you see, and compensate for any human error.
So you just need the person to pull the trigger.
You might just get yourself assigned to the assault regiment, which means you get to use one of these babies. State-of-the-art pump-action rifle with a holographic sight. And that's not all. Everyone in the assault regiment is fully equipped with highly protective armor plating. Put that on, and you can take on a tiger barehanded and walk away without a scratch.
Yeah, tiger's one thing.
Caught one of Endron's new ads on TV last night. They've even got a brand new slogan. Greener action serving the biosphere.
Damn. There's nothing they won't greenwash, huh?
Tell me about it. Couldn't be further away from their actual motto.
Looks like we've got a whole lot of new recruits.
Sure, but most of them look too soft to be useful. Well, at least until our medics get to them. They'll be soldiers yet.
The last batch of recruits should be finishing their training soon.
Just in time for Major Grainer to launch an attack.
Fine. I wasn't doing all that training just for my health.
Jeez. Yeah, so they... No wonder why they're taking horrific casualties if they're just sending a bunch of raw recruits. Probably hit up with stims and combat drugs.
Hey! Security!
Oh, that was the wrong button. That's totally not what I intended to do. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to scan her and accidentally hit the crossbow button.
Welcome. If you're looking to sign up, you have to talk to the instructor. Head over to that building in the courtyard.
The last batch of recruits should be finishing their training soon.
Just in time for Major Grainer to launch an attack.
Fine. I wasn't doing all that training just for my health.
So you can be sneaky, sneaky.
That should give you access to their database. Add my name to the list.
Done.
Caught one of Endron's new ads on TV last night. They've even got a brand new slogan. Greener action serving the biosphere.
Here we go.
I'm here to be recruited.
You? How'd you make it through the physical without breaking a hip? All right, Gramps. Let me just find you on the list here.
I signed up at the entrance. Cahal Philip.
Ah, right. Here you are. Now let's get down to business. You ready for the interview?
I'm ready.
Let's start with a technical question then. Our assault troops are equipped with a new type of pump-action rifle. What kind of sight is it equipped with?
A holographic sight.
That's right. Let's talk Endron now. The company has an internal motto for those in the know. Can you tell me what it is?
Greener action serving the biosphere.
Look around you, dumbass. Do you think Endron gives a shit about going green? That's just the swill we serve the masses. Okay, enough of this paper-pushing bullshit. I know a combat vet when I see one. Welcome to Endron's training program. Head over to the waiting room. Someone will come get you new recruits in a few minutes.
Understood.
Just like that. Well done. They want to make you wait. We don't have time for that. You should see a command post overlooking the waiting room. You'll have a computer inside and a service door leading into the mine. That computer will allow you to open the service door and cut communications with the lower floor. And the people here won't know what's going on in the training center.
Seems like fun times indeed.
Wait here. Our training center is in the middle of an old mine. One of our officers should come by to escort you soon.
Funny thing about this facility, no bathroom. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I like always getting free healing like that. Just cover my vets in case you run into a hard and or annoying boss, because most of these games usually have at least one annoying one. One down. Might as well, from when this inevitably gets bloody. is definitely important. Alright. I actually got through there with stealth. Wow. Literally one giant propane tank.
I'm in the mine. The propane tank's at the center of the site. There should be a service door that leads there.
Major Grainer's offering a bonus for anyone who...
Cross your fingers, we're gonna be part of the team for the next attack.
Fiercely murdering everyone. Huh. How's it going, evil penguin king? Nice. Hard day or just another easy one? Been working away at the new job, so I've been quite enjoying doing that.
Welcome, soldier, to Endron's Training Center. You are about to undergo a state-of-the-art training regimen, transform you from a gladiator's appointment into a hardened killer. Training. During this comprehensive session, you are reserved for the Endron elite.
Yeah, no, that's not very useful. Oh, maybe it is. Increasing because of Christmas? How could that possibly be? That would never ever happen. Not that companies, you know, expect to sell more and do more at around Christmas time. Crazy talk. But yeah, figured today wasn't too bad, so I thought I'd get a stream in. Yes, I would agree. If you're expecting the concept of reality here, maybe it is you who are the crazy one. Don't you think? Go away, guards. Ah. Ball. Yeah, no, I've just been, with my new job, I've just been bouncing around the province and selling beer and soda to, anybody who's interested. I mean, have you, tried any of the new level sodas? Never heard of New Level. How could you? Yeah, fair enough. The brewery is only in its third year of business, so I'm one of the new hired reps, and we've been working extremely hard to try and make people more aware of our existence and products. Well, that would make a difference. Fair enough. Do you drink beer, though? Don't drink beer, either. Evil Penguin King. I don't know. Some beers can be. There are others, though, that are definitely not hoppy at all. Just depends on what style you're consuming. Yeah, mead can be good on the right night kind of thing. I don't drink it very often, but it's a kind of an every now and again thing. Yeah, I am. Yeah, just about done probation, actually. That's my day job while I try and make enough money to live so I can continue pursuing acting and all the other fun stuff I like to do.
Have to cut through the medical sector to get there.
Now, I don't know if you know King of the Hill here, Evil Penguin King, but don't you think this would be like the biggest of wet dreams ever for Hank Hill? If you happen to know what I'm referring to. I mean, I am focused here for a point, but I'm sure you can catch it here.
They're injecting something into their recruits.
We're aware. Endron's soldiers reek of the worm. We've been trying for weeks to figure out just what's in that serum of theirs.
Yeah, exactly. A tank that big powering an entire facility.
How long will it be before our latest batch of recruits is trained?
Deluge or...
Less for the ones who react well to the serum.
Excellent. I'll communicate that to Major Grail.
It's still kinda correct. Close enough. Among other things, in all honesty, I would feel that he would be going through.
I think intruder sighted.
Alright. Try this again. That's entirely possible. What are you looking for there?
How long will it be before our latest batch of recruits is trained?
2 months for most of them. Less for the ones who react well to the serum.
Excellent. I'll communicate that to Major Grail.
Boost of combat ability.
What the hell was that? Eyes open, everyone.
Ah, crap, got spotted. Alright, let's try this again. Which local wrestling event, just out of curiosity?
How long will it be before our latest batch of recruits is trained?
2 months for most of them. Less for the ones who react well to the serum.
I'll communicate that to Major Grainer when she returns.
There we go. That's a way to leave a body. I think it broke more than just the physics engine, but yes, I would definitely agree with you. Lots of things got broken. Okay, which wrestling promotion, though? Okay, I'm not familiar with it. Is it relatively new, or have you guys been around for a while? I just posted my corporate email address there. If you want, send me details, and then I can always present it to the owners and see if they'd be interested. What's that over there? Yeah, well, my territory is essentially I do the north half of Calgary all the way up to the northern border of Alberta, so pretty much means it'll fall in my territory most likely anyway. But even then, if it was elsewhere, I would still I'd still bring it up with them anyway.
Huh?
What? Sound the alarm this thing.
Damn it. Oh well, almost had it. But yeah, if you can send me details and such when you get them, then yeah, no kidding, get good is right. Are you just a promoter, or do you wrestle as well, just out of curiosity? Yeah, it's the joys of when you're trying to play these games stealthy, and I'm traditionally am not a stealthy kind of player.
How long will it be before our latest batch reaches train?
2 months for most of them. Less for the ones who react well to the serum.
I'll communicate that to Major Frainer when she returns.
Yeah, I did a little bit of wrestling training, but ended up kind of getting hurt during the training, so I stopped so I could essentially let the body heal. I really haven't been back since. I mean, Oh, jeez. Talk about breaking the physics engine. I think I did it a lot worse on this one. Yeah, that's generally a lot of what I end up doing in a lot of games, is just murder my way to across. But sometimes, if I can do it quiet, I will for the challenge, but a lot of the time it's very noisy murdering all the way through. So I was never the greatest at Metal Gear games, at least trying to get through them on a pure stealth approach. Roaming guards in the middle are a pain. Lucky on that one.
I've got
Screw it. Yeah, that's it. Do it enough times and they just all gotta die the painful way. They should have just learned to look the other way. Maybe a touch extreme, but oh well.
So the injections have something to do with the worm.
We think so, but we can't prove it yet. That's one of the things Ava and Adana are investigating.
Not everyone can handle it. Oh no! Who would have thought?
There's silver here. Lots of it. The smell's overwhelming.
You must be in their armory. The propane tank's downstairs from you.
Of course. Gotta have an aliens moment, but be on the other side of it.
This site is under lockdown. Effective immediately.
Ouch. Go. Ah. Yeah. Ugh. Were and still am to an extent. Yeah, no worries, man. I understand. Question for you though, Mr. Promoter.
Alert. All personnel. The security of this installation has been compromised.
Now, say we do get this event up and running and all that stuff. Any chance that, you know, during some match at some point, you know, obviously we'd work it out ahead of time, but I could do a run-in of some sort, interfere in a match, just for hilarity's sake. Oh, don't worry, I'll be more than happy to go through all that stuff. Ah, bloody hell. Just as I was about to go for the kill shot. Yeah, I know, good. Yeah, I know. That's the problem when you change your style entirely, because if I was just to do this the normal way, I wouldn't have... Probably would have done very, very little stealth and would have just been all straight into murder, but... Such is life.
Alert. All personnel. The security of this installation has been compromised. This site is under lockdown. Effective immediately.
Be a little more evasive here. this is what I was trying to go for.
I hate exos. I made it to the propane tank, but there's a soldier guarding it. He's more monster than man now. Just muscles stacked on muscles.
One of their elite soldiers. One way or another, you're gonna have to deal with him.
Can't shoot him through the glass, of course. Despite the fact it's a hunting crossbow, but... No, I was at work all day bouncing around Calgary. Trying to sell beer. Any good? I don't want any spoilers, but I'm just curious if it's any good or not.
Security's detected an intruder. He's not going anywhere now that we've got the site locked down. Stay on your guard. Put a bullet in him.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, this will be a fun room to attempt this pure stealth.
Anybody? Huh?
Don't mind me, just a wolf in a locker room. There we go. Much better. So we should probably spend this point on something. Yeah. So you up to anything exciting, or are you just hanging out for the night? Like the original one or the family editions, let's just call them. Wow. Pretty ancient now by today's standards. Does it still hold up, or does it look ancient still? Yeah, I never actually saw the original ones myself. The first one that I saw was the one where the rock finally came in. Yeah, screw subtlety.
Now to set the explosives.
It's going to be a bloodbath anyway by the end of it.
There we go. The explosives are in place.
Time for you to get out of there.
I think when I upload this episode onto YouTube, I'm gonna have to title it something along the lines of involving the Holy Grail, but for Hank Hill kind of thing. Hank Grill's Holy Grail, yeah, something along those lines. Anyway. Yeah, that works.
The rest of you clear this room. Leave no stone unturned. The intruder's still in the center. Find him.
Oh look, I may have to murder more of them. Oh.
What was that? Tons of can't secure.
Huh. That one didn't actually count. Surprising.
Anybody there? Shit. There you come. Going loud. Got trouble.
Oh, jeez. Wow, that was stupid. If only you could frenzy like that more often. Oh, well, that was pointless.
This is about those big bastards.
Oh yeah, gain tons of power, but their mobility goes down. Shocking. It's like it's almost a balance system in a video game. That never happens. One of the cameras got wrecked in the fight. You're right, never happens. No matter how hard they try. Oh. Whoops. Went around the merry-go-round.
Running along the top of the walls in some rooms. When the ventilation system isn't running, those ducts will lead you straight outside.
How astute? Now, if this game were truly intuitive, I should be able to run across this water, but for all the hilarity, I should either slip and fall or like skid around, given the style of floor in the water. Lame. I'm glad you agree.
Search the warehouse. If you find the intruder, don't try to play hero. Give the alert immediately.
When the next bloodbath occurs. It's those little touches, though, like, you know, you run like an idiot across water on a smooth surface like that, if the game actually puts those fine touches in, that always gets that extra little nod of, like, appreciation, because it's like, yeah, it's something stupid and minor, but it's really cool when they do that. Exactly. Perfect example, Metal Gear Solid 2 with the bird shit on top of the big shell tower with all the damn seagulls. And if you try and do them a favor and get rid of those seagulls, look what happens. I mean, they just yell at you. Not today. I got more spirits to absorb.
What? Trespasser sighted.
Stay alert.
Yes, keep coming to this pile of bodies. Join your friends in death and the afterlife. It will be nothing but a fitting reunion of sorts. Go physics engine. Can't make the guy jump right. And sleep. Crossbow bolts.
What's the latest on the program?
The flamethrower exos have just cleared testing. Just got the green light for their deployment.
Good. Keep it up.
Of course, the door is locked. And there's an exosuit in here. Ah, damn you. Get back here.
Someone over the hell? Hostile in sight.
Hostile in sight.
Die, scientist. See? Very quiet now. I will admit that is a nice touch. I'll give them credit for that. Although they could have left the body parts, too. Oh yeah, of course. It would just be super draining on the amount of information that would take, plus designing all the pieces.
I'm almost at the control room.
Steel yourself. Cutting the ventilation won't go unnoticed.
Don't worry. I don't think they've realized I'm here yet. Wouldn't you agree, Evil Penguin King? They wouldn't have noticed me at all? Damn straight. Solid Snake himself would be, like, giving me the new title of Big Boss after seeing this stealthy performance. It's better than I initially expected it to be. The controls actually aren't half bad. Like, it's not... You'd expect it to be clunky and stiff, but it's not. It's not the smoothest either, but it's a lot better than you would think. Although you can definitely get a little, flaily sometimes with the attacks. Yeah, like, I've been enjoying this game, otherwise I wouldn't bother. Like, I mean, this is only episode 2, but if I really don't care for it, I would just pretty much stop after an episode. Like, if you go on my YouTube channel, you can see a couple of them where I pretty much gave them a one and done. Yeah, though admittedly I knew like nothing of the werewolf style games when I first started this, so I've been kind of learning it as I go. So I've never played like the role-playing game. That guy looks like Bane.
The ventilation system's down.
Yeah, I know some friends once talked about doing Vampire the Masquerade, but we never ended up actually playing it. That was kind of like my closest, was learning a little bit about that as I was kind of like researching it, but... Because a friend of mine kind of told me about the different clans of vampires and such, and some of them just sounded entertaining just from like a roleplay perspective.
Good news. Ava's just arrived back at the cairn and brought your daughter with her.
Hidana.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be real thrilled to see me, of course. Just gained a point. Alright. Yeah, but even then, one day I wouldn't mind trying out Werewolf. We just need the right person running it, of course. If I had an editor, I would definitely cut in a Hank Hill, you know, horrified scream there. I think it would be very fitting. Agreed. But sadly, I don't have an editor yet. Maybe one of these days. Hoping that if I can attract enough of a following, then, you know, might actually get somewhere with this. Oh, there's a nice lag spike. Yeah, here's a funny part though. So this is the enemy training facility that you were to infiltrate. Which, you know, fair enough. Now, it's telling my objective is to go back, which, you know, fair enough, but, Look how close we are.
When I think of what they did to Leandra,
I just hope we can help smooth her passage into the world beyond.
Thank you for taking the time to honor the memory of Kitamona. She was an old friend.
She spoke of you often. I just wish she could have had the chance to see you again.
See, you can see their base in the back of this shot here that I've got set up.
I just can't get my head around the fact that we just buried Ironwind.
And look, here's the werewolf camp.
There's still a long way to go. But life's picking up again in the cairn. With Milla, I hope you can see this, wherever you are.
A new lab to develop natural supplements. It's obviously a front, but they've got the public eating out of their hand.
Literally within feet of each other.
If we don't expose them, a whole lot of unsuspecting people are going to get poisoned. The new lab of theirs is still under construction, and their security's full of holes. It's the perfect time to stage an attack.
We split into 3 teams. You two take the north entrance. Me, Joe, and Ryan will take the south. Alex, Danny, Quinn, you 3 create a diversion at the east entrance.
Everyone stay in contact. If we hear even a whisper of trouble...
Yeah, but the kicker is that the camp was here first. And you missed the scene where you're rushing in to save them from being attacked.
Every step the forest loses is one the worm gains.
I totally agree, there's definitely some werewolf magic at play here, don't get me wrong. It's just... some of the silliness sometimes. It's like you could have put a little bit of distance between.
But our computer's on.
Cahal! You know I hate it when people mess with my stuff.
That's an impressive amount of equipment.
It's the bare minimum for leading a handful of activists against a megacorp like Endrin.
Haven't changed much, have you? Aside from a couple of new lines on your face.
Thanks, asshole. You know, I always knew you'd come back. It was just a matter of when.
This isn't quite the reunion I had in mind.
But it's a happy one. I heard about your handiwork at the mine.
Adana.
Cahal?
You must have a lot to talk about. I'll go check on the solar panels. Catch you later.
Adana, how are you doing? You've grown.
It's not worth trying to rebuild that bridge now, Cahal. Not after abandoning me for 5 years.
I'm sorry, Adana.
Where do you think an apology is going to get you? You know, it was hard enough to get over Mom's death. But dealing with the fact that you chose to leave me behind when I needed you most, that left a scar. You were so focused on doing what you thought was right, that you never thought about what it might do to me.
I don't blame you if you hold it against me. But I still stand by my choice. I spent those 5 years finding my way back to the man I was. Even if you were with me, I wouldn't have been me. And you'd have been just as alone. I was in no state to look after you. I couldn't have been the father you needed. I wasn't.
Stop, Cahal. I'm really not in the mood to hear you rewrite our family history. Endrin just carved a bloody wound into my cairn. They killed my friends. Right now, all I care about is tearing Endrin apart.
Rodko told me you and Ava were undercover at Endrin during the attack.
That's right. I managed to infiltrate the fracking site. They just upped my security clearance, too. I've got access to their protected data. This is the best chance we've ever had at taking Endrin down. We sink them from the inside.
You really do take after your mother. Took me aback at first.
I miss her too, Cahal. I think about her every day.
She would have been proud of you.
If you say so.
I'm proud of you, too.
That's nice of you to say and all, but I know you didn't want me to follow her path. That you wanted me to be a warrior like you and Rodko.
I don't know about that. But Garu's life has its share of problems, too. I can't blame you for following your mother's example. She really was exceptional.
She sacrificed herself for Gaia. And she didn't abandon me, so you know.
How was it with Rodko and Ava?
Honestly, it was hard at first. Rodko was... he was really mad at himself. Over you going away. Over Mom's death. He obsessed over my first change. Trained me for months and months. But as we trained, I started thinking, I don't want to go through my first change.
Are you scared?
Fuck no. I just don't want to be a Garu. You're all too unstable. Mom wasn't a Garu, and she was one of the best fighters the Cairn had ever seen. I think that's why I drifted toward Ava and her way of doing things. Fortunately, Rodko mellowed out after a while.
Which means guaranteed she's gonna transform at some point. Because, you know, plot and all that fun stuff.
I was able to talk with him earlier. Seems like he's gotten more open-minded in these past few years.
It took him some time to come around, but he finally realized that Ava's methods serve Gaia just as well as his do. Now, he's got no problem with the idea of working with humans, or my choice to follow in Mom's footsteps. Anyway, Ava and I will keep working at Endron's fracking site. We're gonna take those assholes down from the inside.
Endron's built a fracking site.
It was a rush job. They'd set it up and posted guards before we had any time to react. It's a danger to nature and the spirits alike. Those sites are one of the greatest threats Gaia faces today. It hurts my heart to work.
Yeah, I assumed it had to be. It would
also know that I'm
have to be some weird genetic anomaly to be
soon.
Werewolf kin of sorts and not transform at some point in time.
You've seen how bloodthirsty Endron is. Did you know they have a price on your head?
They're not the first, and they're not about to scare me into stopping. We've lost too many already. And if we run, how will we honor their memory? The pack comes first. Besides, Endron doesn't suspect me at all. I'm secure over there.
Secure?
Endron has full confidence in me. Hell, the whole team at the fracking site looks to me for my expert chemical analyses. As long as I stay their golden girl, there's no way they'd imagine I'm connected to those scary eco-terrorists. Least of all the Cairn.
Sink Endron from the inside. And how do you plan on doing that?
A while back, Ava, Rodko, and I discovered that Endron's injecting its new recruits with a special serum that makes them more... everything.
Yeah, I saw it myself when I was in their training center. The injection transforms people. Makes them stink of the worm.
There's more to it than that. When I first joined Endron's ranks...
I guess probably the werewolves, I'm sure, have a difference of opinions of those. I'm sure some of them see them as useful, and some of them probably view them as genetic anomalies, as I phrased it.
That same molecule
There's 1 in 300
they're injecting their troops with,
that can't transform.
As well as another project, the Earthblood Protocol.
The Earthblood Protocol. Any idea what that's about?
Not yet. But that can wait until after we figure out what this mystery molecule actually is. Once we figure out what that mystery molecule really is, we'll know what they're pumping their soldiers with, and their plans for this biofuel. Then we'll leak that info to everyone who'll listen, block the biofuel's launch, and hopefully put the final nail in Endron's coffin. Thing is, right now the encryption they're using on their data is impossible to break. That's why we came back. We wanted to tell Rodko how we were stuck and figure out what to do from here.
Yeah, I read Ava's letter to Rodko. How can I help?
If you want to help, go meet with Ava. She and Rodko will be figuring out our next steps.
Alright, I'll go check in with her and then have a talk with Rodko. Any idea where I'll find her?
By our solar panels. If you've got any other questions, you'll find me with the rest of the pack. They need me.
How you doing, big guy? Figured I'd get out of the way, let you catch up with 80. Though, from the look on your face, it doesn't look like it went well.
She's still angry at me for leaving.
Can you blame her? Shit, being a teenager's bad enough, but Ludmilla's death, your exile, it was all hard on her. But you did what you had to. You had to get away from us to get yourself back on track.
That's what I tried to tell her.
I've been telling her that for years. Never eased her pain, though. But you're back now. It'll pass. Just give it time.
I don't know.
Donna told me about your mission to infiltrate the fracking site.
Doesn't seem like she's full of that teenage angst.
We're currently at a roadblock.
Didn't go through a hardcore goth phase.
Uncrackable.
So she said.
Or emo.
Our only way to get our hands on that data is to take it directly from the server in their lab. But surveillance is tight. Even Adana couldn't get in there without being caught. And I don't think I could create a big enough distraction to draw their security's eyes away.
How did Adana's training go while I was away?
Rodko tried to make a Garu out of her, but all his training didn't exactly bear fruit. I know she doesn't like talking about it, but she says she doesn't feel the gift.
Do you think she's right?
I think only time will tell. But all of Rodko's obsessive Garu training only pushed her closer to me. She took an interest in my work, wanted to know all about my approach to infiltration, my thoughts on humans. She was a fast learner. Call it ego, but I used to think she was trying to be like me. Then I realized she already had a role model, her mother. Adana realized that I could teach her a lot of the same stuff her mother could have, so she stuck to me like glue. And then she shifted up a gear, studied at Caltech and Columbia University, and she did it all on her own. You should be proud of her.
Always have been.
So she's an expert on chemistry, fracking, and went to 2 universities. She was only a kid when you left, and there's only been a 5-year difference.
Lambda Mankind's really made something of itself, hasn't it?
Yeah. Took us a while, but we've got a solid group. And our name's out there. The bigger we get, the more we can do. Still need to get public opinion on our side, of course, and that's not going to be easy given the way Indran and its puppet media portray us. But the longer we fight, the better we can reclaim our narrative. The people will come to realize we're fighting for them.
Pull the Sheldon Cooper of sorts.
How did you manage to convince Rodko to house Lambda Mankind at Tarker's Mill?
Back when you were here, he wouldn't give the idea the time of day. But when he named me lieutenant, I told him I'd agree on one condition.
That he'd accept your Lambda Mankind.
Yep. Once he lived around them for a while, he finally saw that their determination to save the planet was every bit as real as his. And today, they're fully integrated into the cairn. Rodko's a big reason Lambda Mankind's accomplished what it has today.
Adana taking action, the attack on the cairn. It's hard for me to ignore the parallels with the day Ludmilla died.
I suppose the infiltration strategy doesn't exactly help things, huh?
Yeah. I'm terrified that we might somehow see a repeat of 5 years ago.
Don't worry, Cahal. Even if the broad strokes are similar, the details are completely different. We lost Ludmilla because we didn't know that Indran was working with the Black Spiral Dancer. Piece of shit must have realized Ludmilla was one of us. Nothing else could have. There's no way in hell that's happening again. We've checked Indran's security on all their sites around Tarker's Mill. There are no Black Spiral Dancers, not one. Adana's got this. She'll be safe.
So, how do you like being Rodko's lieutenant?
Things were a little bumpy in the beginning. Rodko didn't like my way of doing things, so I had to assert myself. Deep down, though, I don't think he would have gone easy on anyone. Nobody could replace you in his eyes.
Yet here you are, Rodko's right hand. I'd say you replaced me quite well.
I appreciate it, but it was never a question of ability. Rodko just had to get over it. to learn to stop yearning for the past. It was a slow process, but he's finally managed to turn the page. That said, your return has done him a lot of good. All of us, really.
Yeah, I'm not
There's a lot
surprised
of
to
change we
see
can
that.
effect with here, Cahal. Keep that in mind.
About the traitor werewolves?
The fracking site's too well protected. It's too much for 2 people.
What about your Lambda Mankind? I feel like they'd be distraction enough.
That's not happening. If we staged a full-on attack, they'd lock down the whole site, lab servers included. This is a job for a scalpel, not a chainsaw. Gotta keep our operation lean.
Sounds like you've got something in mind.
If we want to draw security's attention, we have to hit them hard. Blowing up the refinery should do the trick. But that's not happening until we can get into the fracking site. That's step 1. The site is protected by an electric fence and a myriad of cameras, all of which are powered by the dam Endron acquired when it bought the site. Now, if someone could get into the dam and connect me to their network, I could access their system discreetly.
Allowing you to cut the power to their defenses without their notice.
Exactly. We can worry about the fracking site after that.
Okay. I'll go talk to Rotko to see how he wants to make up the teams.
Thanks, Cahal. It's good to have you back. But if you don't mind, I'd like to take a few moments for myself. Lost some friends during the attack.
Don't worry. Take all the time you need.
So, were you able to talk with your daughter?
I read the message you left on Ludmilla's grave. I didn't know that you...
I never should have given the green light for that mission. Never. I'll blame myself for the rest of my life. If I hadn't made that decision, my sister would still be alive. And you never would have left.
Wasn't your fault, Rotko. How could you have known that Endron had set a trap for us?
I'm the leader of this pack. It was my job to know.
You can't punish yourself like this. Even Yfen didn't see it coming.
Yfen is not our pack leader. I was the one who made the choice, not him. And I've got to live with that.
Oh no. A leader character with guilt. What might ever happen to him later in the game? Couldn't you take a guess as to what it might be?
I had a chance to talk to Yfen for a while. It's hard to believe the state the spirits are in.
What do you mean by that? Are you here to tell me I let them down?
No, that's not it at all. I just want to know what happened.
Yfen will tell you that I turned away from the spirits to focus on the pack, on Adana. It's true in part. I needed to keep the pack unified, but I never abandoned the spirits. I did everything I could for them, but I never had the sort of connection with them that Rafik had.
And the worm?
His influence is spreading here. It's spreading everywhere. We're all fighting against it as best we can. But as long as Endron stays here, the worm will remain strong. It will try to corrupt our minds, to weaken Yfen and the spirits.
Never thought I'd have a chance to say this after I left, but I'm glad to be back among the pack.
Me too, Cahal. I'm glad to have you, especially right now. I'll respect your choice to leave once this storm passes, but you know as well as I do that your place is here. You are my right hand, Cahal. After what you did at the mine, I'd say you still are.
That's Ava's place now.
I know, and she's a fine fit for the role. But you and I, we have a different bond.
Whether I go or stay,
Wow.
go, that bond will always remain.
I truly hope so, Cahal.
As you might imagine, there's still a lot of tension there.
Between the attack on the cairn and your sudden return, she's going through a lot right now. Give her time.
Ava said the same thing. I hope you're both right. Speaking of Ava and Adana, they told me about their plan to get their hands on the encrypted data inside the fracking site's laboratory.
To bring Endron down from the inside, yes. I think they've got the right idea. If we manage to chase Endron from this region, they'll just continue their dirty work elsewhere. It's time for a decisive blow. So we follow Ava and Adana's plan. We'll attack the dam to bring down the defenses of the fracking site. I want you to lead the incursion. You coordinate with Ava and Adana over comms, and allow them access to the dam's network.
Ava gave me the rundown. But if I set off a single alarm, things will get very dangerous very quickly.
Ah, crap.
No. One sign something's amiss, and Tank Girl will be at the dam before you know it. So while you're sneaking through the inside of the dam, I'll be creating a diversion on the outside. That should keep her attention off you. And even if someone does raise the alarm at the dam, Tank Girl will have no idea why you're really there.
Good. You can count on me.
Excellent. We'll have Declan meet you near the dam. He's got the relays you'll place to get Ava and Adana access to Endron's network.
And how could this possibly go wrong? Who needs ankles anyway?
Hey, Cahal. Heard about your little light show at the mine. Didn't lose a finger playing with those fireworks, did you?
Even so, the training center was just the start. Now comes the hard part.
You know I'm here if you need me.
Thanks, Dusk. I'll let you know.
I just have this feeling that Dusk is probably one of the traitor werewolves who's just kind of counter-infiltrated. It definitely is.
Hey, Cahal, right?
You must be Declan. You with Lambda Mankind?
That's right. Ava's told me all about you. It's an honor, really.
I don't know about that. I hear you've got the relays I need to install at the dam.
Yeah, I got them right here. Need anything else?
What do you know about the dam?
After you took down their training center, they doubled down on security at all the other sites in the region. Even if Rodko draws their attention, you're still going to have a lot of resistance. They've even brought in some of their elite guards from Nevada. And these guys are huge. I don't even know if you could call them human anymore.
We've met, but I had no idea they were from Nevada.
Well, the training center you took out wasn't the only card Endron had in its hand.
That figures.
From Nevada. Might be a hell of a gamble to have to deal with them, eh? Hey?
How'd you meet Ava anyway?
By investigating her, really. I used to be a cop, tasked with putting her and Lambda Mankind away. And I tried, but Ava runs a clean operation. That didn't make the bosses happy, though. They told me to falsify evidence to bring him down. That's when I realized they were in Endron's pocket. I tried calling him out, but the whole precinct came down on me like a ton of bricks. I had no choice but to run. And I ran to Ava. I pledged my life to fighting Endron.
You and the other humans. You know who it is you're working with, right? This isn't just ideology for us.
Yeah, I know. I know what you are. Ava told us everything. Trust me, Cahal. We're all on the same side here. We're fighting for the survival of the planet, whatever the cost.
I should be good.
Before you go, I've got a favor to ask. We've identified a key player working at the dam. We think she's got important information on whatever Endron's up to in Nevada. Her name's Victoria Vokes. We need you to question her. Get whatever info out of her you can.
Keeping the cairn safe is my top priority here, but I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. Good luck, Carl. You need something?
I'm good.
Good luck with the dam.
I'd have to find them, but as far as I know, I think I've still got 2.
Tried to the civilians taking readings on the nearby riverbank. Did I warn the commander?
No, they're working for us. Nothing to worry about from them.
Yeah, sure. Let me know. Still be happy to sell them. I mean, you're probably going to end up repainting them anyway, but...
What's happening?
Yeah, Space Wolves.
Nada.
Think you're there? Show yourself. Security breach! Guns up! Dispatch, we got trouble.
That was a weird camera angle that went on.
Additional men.
About that. Ran through, murdered everybody. Oh, just entered the next room. Nobody heard us. Heard that entire battle. Better get sneaky again.
How's our silver bullet stock looking? Have you finished the inventory?
We lost a lot of them in the training center attack. But we have enough to hold us over until the next shipment arrives.
Should have picked another job.
Open sesame. A very, well, very bloody way of doing it anyway. See, that's what we need here in Canada. Beer in a vending machine. Wouldn't that be convenient? Evil military base. Got a poster ad for a Colorado Sour Mash whiskey. Okay. Clearly we can tell who was the sponsor of this game.
What does the commander intend to do about these activists?
You'll know as soon as I do. For now, sit tight. Dismissed.
And no way of getting through that camera. Yeah. Okay then. Huh. Slacker guard. Damn, I actually made it through. I honestly didn't think I would. Well, on this note, since we've just hit the dam, I think this will be a good time to cut it for the night. I'd like to thank you all for watching. It is I, the Doc Mercenary, once again, reminding you that if you'd be so kind as to like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell, depending on where you're watching this, it would be greatly appreciated to help me and help grow the channel, so that others can watch and hang out and all that fun stuff. Regardless, in the end, what I will always leave on this note, but I think it's a great one to leave on, in that no matter what happens to you in life, never give up, never surrender, no matter the cost. Thank you, and have a good one. I shall be back soon.